No, I didn't tell anyone I quit school. I didn't tell anyone I'm pregnant. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, that is 2024. You ran ads worth 17.3 million.
I almost hit 20M ad spend.
Wow.
In a year. Start afraid. Start it regardless. Because like we don't have hassles comes to our lives, our years. So if there's a dream, like what's the worst that can happen? In 100 years I'll be dead and forgotten. Let me risk it. Let them call me whatever. Let me be insane. But my God, the benefits of being insane.
Hello and welcome to the Diary of a Budding Entrepreneur podcast. I'm your host, Martha Munyeki, and I'm so excited because eventually we are getting started with season 2 of this podcast. Who knew we'd get back? We took an unexpected break sometimes back, like a number of months back, but I'm so glad to be back. And we are shooting episode 1 of season 2, and I have a very amazing guest. She'll be very instrumental for this specific season where we are trying to educate entrepreneurs on gaining more tools and strategies to build their businesses, to grow their businesses, and all that gist. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce none other than Vanessa, the social media strategist, right?
Yes.
I don't know if I can do her justice by introducing her. I'd kindly allow her to introduce herself.
Wow. Hi.
Hi,
Hello,
Vanessa.
everyone. My name is Vanessa. I am a meta ad specialist, but I go as Vanessa, the social media strategist online. What is there to? A business owner. I've run an agency, registered and approved by the government for the last 5 years now. And yeah, basically my specialty is in advertising. That's all I do.
Oh, wow.
Day to
Actually, I
day.
didn't know you've been in the game for that long. 5 years is quite some time.
I've been gatekeeping myself.
Oh, you've not been advertising yourself?
I have been,
Uh-huh.
but you see, because of my expertise is in advertising. So whenever I
Okay.
needed new clients for the agency, just a matter of running an ad, get the client, I'm
Ah,
done.
and
I'm
you
out.
close the deal
Yeah,
and
I really
move on.
never needed to like go heavy, in terms of
Ah.
presence, because I knew how to get whatever I wanted from. So I was just in and out.
To serve you the
25.
specific purpose you're looking for.
That's it.
Makes sense. And even just to start off light, I'm going to ask you a question that is off the entrepreneurial books a bit.
So,
Now, by the time this episode is going up, it will be, I bet, the first week of the last quarter of the year. Yeah, I know. So I'd love to know, reflecting back at the year that we've had, what would you say has been your highest high and your lowest low, as much as you'd be comfortable sharing?
Yeah.
And also, what are you looking forward to as we get to the last quarter of the year?
2025. I feel like I've lived like 10 lives in this 1 year.
Really?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, my highs have been high. 2025, I think, is the year I really went hard in everything, visibility and everything. But one of my highest highs, I've gone into so many projects for myself in terms of creating products for my service. So I'm in advertising. And a lot of the things I realized after running the agency for a while was agency was not necessarily accessible to SMEs. So I needed to package advertising in a palatable way for SMEs, something they could afford, they could get in and still handle it in-house and generate the same revenue. So in 2025, I got into creating a course for advertising and then creating my master classes where I'm actually physically teaching people how to advertise. But those two are my biggest highs because I've all done them in the last maybe 8 months.
Oh,
back to back. I've just been, this project is done next.
And you've
this
really
one is
blown
done.
up.
Apparently, who'd have
Yeah.
known? I've just been project on project on project, but my two would have to be one, the master classes.
Yeah.
They were such a bold ask in the market. No one, everyone was like, are you sure this is this?
Yeah.
But it was such a bold ask, and for it to have been as successful as it was, it's just amazing. We're hosting our last one in end of September.
Yeah, so it's the 7th cohort.
Yeah, this is the 7th one, and then we closed it out.
Wow.
God
And you've
knows
done
how.
all the 7. Now you'll have done all the 7 in 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, from June, not even the whole. I started
Less than
half. Yeah,
3 months.
The first quarter, I was creating the course. After I was done quarter one, the second quarter was now promoting it and putting out into the public. So product development started, marketing started, and then I was closed. I was like, okay, now I've exhausted this product. Now next project, masterclass.
Yeah.
Started them in June. Now I'm closing them in September. So I'll still close them in
Wow. All that in Q3.
10 years in 1 year is what I've done in
Wow.
2025.
The power of intentionality.
And
Yeah, definitely. So that's your highest high.
high.
Yeah. Did you have any low, even if it's not low?
Oh, the ghetto, the creating of these products, those were the lows. Because I think especially the course, I think with the masterclass, it was a bit easier because at this point, I'd have done the course. But product development for a digital product, alafu, the thing that was so hard was security. Because you see, with a digital product, the issue was if I sell to you, yeah, you bought it, you've understood it, what was to stop you from selling it or giving access to 10 other people, 20 other people? So the thing I realized very quick in creating it was proprietary information is very hard in terms of guarding it digitally. So that was such a technical aspect that I had to get into because I don't know anything about security or anything like that. So it's a lot of, you're talking to this developer, this UX developer, this one. It was a lot, but those were my lowest lows. Every time you're being told it can't be done, or this is an issue, or this is the lowest were
the hurdles in product development.
Every time.
But did that fear manifest, like the fear of it maybe being, is it pirated? If that's the word?
I figured out how to secure it.
So it didn't get to that. Wow.
Yeah. I had to, before I launched, I was like, I put all this money, all this hard work, and then just someone just shares it on Twitter or something.
Distributes it.
And then that's it.
Your whole business model is watered.
So I had to figure it out before launching it. So you're seeing, you're putting money into a project and you can't still release it because of one issue. And it's not my speciality to figure out how. So I'm literally depending on all these other external people to kind of tell me how to do it. But when we got it done, launched it, and God is good.
But it delayed the process a bit.
It did.
But it was for a good reason. Because if you did it prematurely,
I would have
your whole
problem
business
down
model
the line.
will have. So what are you looking forward to as we get to Q4?
In Q4, now we're doing another project. Story of my life. We're doing now events.
I saw that actually. You're doing vlogs of preparing for the event.
I've never done an event in my life. Again, my expertise is in advertising. So now all these other things that are coming
are
all
new to you.
Yeah, they're all novice to me. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Because you see, even with advertising, as much as advertising is the thing I do, that's just my skill set.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm a growth marketer. Anything that brings money to you, I want to touch up. But see, advertising was the thing that would propagate the notion of revenue in the market, which is why I really made sure to really be the specialist in the industry. But once that was done, okay, I've figured out advertising. But a business runs on so many different other avenues. So many other conversations come after, okay, now we're rolling money in. How do we scale it? How do we sustain it? How do we manage it? Is it staffing? Is it people? Is it what are we doing systems and strategies to actually ensure that after we do have all this revenue, it doesn't break our systems or our business? So I realized after a while that this was becoming a very apparent issue. So now I had to figure out, okay, now you know how to generate revenue. How do you now, okay, that's coming in. What's the next step? Scaling has to be. What does that look like now? So even for myself, what does that look like? Hence the events. It's all about having those conversations, scaling, and I'm bringing experts to give us insights. Basically, let us take him to ongeleshe. You've done it, Sawa. Sit on the panel. Let me ask you. I'm trying to scale. I'm trying to get my business from this one to this amount. How did you go about this kind of challenge? Taxes, processes, staffing, location. What does scaling even mean? And after you've gone through and scaled, what are the problems you're handling on that end that I should kind of be prepared for? So I'm not just consistently being, even with the course that I'm telling you, just being slapped by problems as you move. I didn't even know these are the kind of issues I deal with. But basically with the event, that's the thing I have conversations around scaling and the sustainability of businesses once we scale.
Great. That is actually something exciting to look forward to. I hope I'll be in a position. Have you closed the tickets?
No, the tickets are still being sold. Maybe I can share a link?
Yeah, sure. We'll put it in the description box. I hope I'll be able to attend as well.
I'd love to have you there. I would.
Wow, that is a nice start of the episode. We've actually preempted
Yep.
quite a bit of the content. I thought it will be light, but at least you've shared a lot of insights even in just the introductory part.
Yeah.
But even before we get now to, because you're a meta ad specialist, before we get to that bit, I want us to walk through your journey into entrepreneurship. Like, how did it start? What was that specific moment that made you feel like you want to follow the entrepreneurial way,
Yeah.
as opposed to maybe just being a corporate buddy?
To be fair, there's never a time in my life I thought I'd do employment, to be honest. I come from a
Really?
family, yeah, predominantly my family is like 90% entrepreneurs. I'm talking extended family.
Yeah.
It's a big family. We're predominantly entrepreneurs. And I've seen how my uncles, my aunties, even my mom, I've seen kind of the progression. Because you know your aunties from when you're like literally a young child. And then now you grow up to become an adult and you've kind of seen how they bought their first car, they bought their first house, they built here. You kind of see progression of entrepreneurship. I get it wasn't easy. But see, from the outside looking in as a child, you're seeing consistent progression over these people who chased a certain and made it their own. So even me growing up, this is all I'm seeing. You think there's anything else I'll think to do? So me,
So even when we're
knew.
dreaming of becoming doctors and lawyers, that was not in your...
No.
Ah,
I remember even telling myself, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I'm going to do my thing. I don't know how it will look like. I always to be honest.
So now how do you progress after high school, since you know you're already pursuing the entrepreneurial journey?
Yeah.
Do you go maybe to do a business course in campus, or you just
You would
dived into it?
No. So straight out of high school, I went into uni, of course, but I went it through jobs, so government sponsorship.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of wherever you're called, kind of
whichever
thing.
course
they call you to do. It's practically free, so it's not like there's not much wiggle room with it. Also, at this point, it wasn't that I didn't think business yet. I didn't know what. Again, I still don't. I know I will do a thing. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I know next step is uni. So of course I'm going to uni.
Yeah.
So I get called into uni. I go do my degree. It's in literature. So now, yeah. So this is 2015. So literature, that's a lot of, in 2015, there's a lot of online writing going around. You know, for like Stato kids, you're doing that. The hustle has hustled. Let me tell you this, Nairobi. I've looked for money.
Literal goosebumps.
Yeah.
Just at the thought of it.
Online writing was such a thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people who are doing it were people in literature because they're the linguists.
Yeah.
So it was easy. It was an easy adoption for us. So in an effort to kind of even make extra chums, because I'm getting second year, third year, your parents are trying to limit your pocket money.
Yeah.
So it's a thing of, I have to figure out how to make my own. So in an effort to do it, so I started online writing here and there. That's how I got into like this Upwork, Fiverr websites. Yeah, where you get now the jobs.
The freelancing websites.
At the same time, Canva was coming up. So now there was copywriting on one end, but graphic design was also a very big part of e-commerce. Because you see, this is 2015 till 20 about. There's not a lot of video content going around. If you think of e-commerce, it was just posters of the product in the middle with the price and 50% off on the side. Like that was just basically
very bland.
Yeah, that was content creation at the time, and people were willing to pay a lot, especially agencies. They're willing to pay a lot of money for us to create just graphics in bulk for their clients. Yeah. So after copywriting, now I got into graphic design because now there's Canva. So now I'm just doing on Canva and just sending it to them. So that's the first time I saw into the behind the scenes agency. Because you work with an agency, they start like, now you become their person for graphics.
Yeah.
So now over time, I started seeing the behind the scenes. Oh, so you're taking my graphics, you're using them on ads, and then these ads, I'm seeing ROI here, I'm seeing you put this money, you're getting this. And the difference was a lot. Considering at the time, traditional media was how you could advertise. With digital, the return was much higher, and there was actual numbers. A client would be able to tell, okay, so these many people saw it, many people clicked, this many people
converted.
Exactly. Yeah. There was a very specific sales cycle, and me, I love it. Like, if you show me, like, nihivi,
yeah,
I was like, amazing. And the thing that piqued my interest was the return on investment, especially compared to traditional media.
Yeah.
Because traditional media, for one, uko kauna like a meter, there's no penetrating that
the
one.
The print and the TVs.
So hard, and even then you wouldn't get the metrics back. And even then, you wouldn't be able to know things like targeting because it's just mass market.
Yeah,
it's just like citizen telling
of
you,
like creating awareness. Yeah.
So Citizen will tell you at 7 till 9 we have 5 million people streaming. So if you advertise at any one point within that period, you'll approximately reach 3 million.
These many eyeballs.
You understand how traditional was working?
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis now I'm seeing digital media. First of all, the input in terms of ad spend wasn't as high. You didn't need 1 million.
Yeah.
It wasn't as high, but the return was much, much higher. The rate of return, so much more
higher than the traditional media.
Yeah.
Actually,
Actually,
this was in
2018.
2018.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw the behind of an ads manager, the behind the scenes of an ads manager. I was like, oh, so you mean? And already now I've already been creating graphics. Now I just need to learn the advertising. Now I have everything. What do you mean?
So you had already completed campus by now?
No, I was in third year. And just finishing third year.
So you were employed in an agency while still...
Not employed. It's just
just
freelance.
freelancing.
Yeah, it's just freelance work.
But local agencies?
No, UK, US markets, Canadian markets at times. They're just random agencies. They're just using Upwork to just find like local talent for cheap.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. Yeah, but at least now you work with them. You have a relationship with the person who's running an ad because they need to give you the creative brief. So then you can create and then send it back to them. But over time, you create a relationship. Now you ask the questions. Oh, so this, you use it for this. And then when you run ads, you get this money. Oh, okay, I see. So that's the first time my eyes were opened to kind of the potentiality of that market because no one was talking about it here.
Yeah.
But
like a light bulb moment.
Exactly.
So how do you move from that now to creating your own agency to do the same?
Hey, long story short, this is the idea. So now remember this whole time, even being in school in uni was just a matter of, that was just the next step.
A formality.
It's just a formality. It's like utenda wapi, bila papers. So it's just for your parents. So this is end of third year. Right beginning of fourth year, I got pregnant. So now I'm in school. I've learned how to kind of make myself some extra tune. And I'm pregnant. And I am in a course that I know for a fact I will not pursue. Exactly. So I think that was I think, you know, when hard things hit you at the same time. And then you're just like, okay, now something has to break.
Yeah.
You have to figure out a thing here or two. And that's why I decided to drop out of school.
So you drop out of school now to pursue
now I'm doing, Now I have graphic design. Now I'm trying to figure out how advertising work. Yeah.
And you're still doing the freelancing as you try
Yeah, that's the only source of money I have. I've not told my parents I'm pregnant at this point.
Really?
I've not told nobody. I need to figure something out before this 9 months passes. Because now I have a ticking time bomb inside me. By the time that baby comes, I have to figure out a way to sustain
provide.
Pretty much.
So you have 2 things to even disclose to them that you've quit school?
No, I didn't tell anyone I quit school. I didn't tell anyone I'm pregnant. I'm not saying anything. I'm just rolling with the punches at this point.
And at what point do they get to know? Because they know
8 months.
8 months. They get also to know about you quitting school.
Yeah.
And how was the reception?
At this point, you're pregnant and you've dropped out of school. You're giving them all the worst news they can receive. There's no good reception at all. Yeah, but it was like, sasa, niko 8 months pregnant. Think I'm Me, I've come, I'm toshana like this.
Yeah.
It's like, I've arrived.
Yeah.
You guys figure it out.
Plus, the good thing is you're not relying on them as much financially. At all at this point. So that alleviated because it could be like a double trouble.
Yeah.
Wow. So now let's get to the meat of you creating now this agency, because I know at some point you stopped doing the freelancing to focus on the business. How is that transition? And how does now the business start picking to a point where you can feel like, now this is something I want to put my all in?
It took years for it to pick up. But so now 2019, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
So I'm working closely with the agencies. I'm still seeing the behind the scenes. I'm kind of learning a few things here and there. So now I kind of know how Meta works. Also, at the time, the system was so much simpler than it is today. So it was an easy adoption. Problem was figuring out how to sell this to anybody. No one was going to give
me money. Yeah.
So it just started as a thing of your cousin who has an online shop, give me just 10,000. I show you. Your uncle who has a business somewhere, they give you money to give them back. To be honest, they didn't work for a while. I think 2019, all I did was just trial and error, because different demographics call for different markets.
Yeah.
So at this point, all the information I have is advertising in the first world countries. it didn't translate necessarily the same here.
Yeah, because it's a different market, different
It
demographics.
did not. If anything, it broke my heart. Now I'm pregnant. Now I've given birth, and it's still not. There's something
There's something you're
missing.
relying on.
Yeah, but at least I can still do the graphics. It's not paying as much. It's little money, yes.
Yeah.
But at least it's something. So 2020, now I've given birth 2019, end of 2019. Now 2020 rolls in. Now I'm like, I really have to figure this out. I'm not going to get my degree. I had like 2 semesters left. I was like, I'm not going to get that.
Yeah.
This has to work. Has to.
Yeah.
At this point, I cannot tell everyone I'm telling I'm doing this. They're like, Atunafani, what is that?
And 2020 is the beginning of COVID.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now 2020, I registered the business at the beginning of the year and I really go hard at it. And it starts working in smaller capacities, but it does work. So it's just a matter of just going harder at it.
Are you using the same model you're using while doing the testing?
Tweaking as I move. So now I'm seeing, if I made this one change for this brand and it gave us more, even when the next brand comes, I'm not starting from scratch. I'm using the strategy I learned here, there. And then over there, I'll learn something else. And then by the third client, the fourth client, so I've got this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when you, sorry to cut you short, when you're requesting from a client, let's say like the 10K to do for them advertisement, is that purely the advertisement budget or do you do your own markup? Because I'd assume you're not doing this for free.
I'm not. I'm trying to not do it for free, but at this point, I don't have any case study. I have no proof of concept.
Yeah.
So again, these are a lot of people who are within my circle. So there's not payment. There's no payment going through. It's a matter of, I just need to use your brand to create a case study for myself. So you'd have advertised, whatever you'd have put, just give me to use it for.
Wow.
So it's just me trying to figure out a case study for as much niches as I could touch before now I can like, okay, so these are the brands I have worked for. These are the results we've had. Now I can now go to actual clients and be like, pay me this amount now. I'll run your ads.
That is actually such an important lesson to learn from you because for most people, especially when you're introducing a new sort of service that has not been there in the market, having that proof of concept is so important. And most people struggle with how do we get this proof of concept because who's gonna gamble with you when you're just starting?
They don't know.
So I think just as you've explained, sometimes something has to give. Either you sacrificing your time or your skills and offering maybe those services for free to just build that proof of concept. Yeah, so now we are in 2020. Yeah.
So now the business is coming. I'm still using, so now this time video marketing now is coming. Not yet TikTok, but video marketing in general.
The social media marketing.
Yeah, exactly. But now specifically for video. You see, this whole time, advertising has been working for graphics. Static.
Yeah.
It's 2020. It's not really pushing the same. So we are getting now into video marketing. So now my agency is called Videogram Kenya. I got really hard into now creating videos in terms of ads for business, but not as a videographer, more like motion graphics. You know how you can create animations, use Photoshop to basically create an ad for a brand. Yeah. So those were becoming more and more apparent.
Popular,
yeah. So at least I had that to leverage. Even if I wouldn't charge you for advertising, will pay me to create videos for you. And then I'll pitch to create even brand ads for you with the same video. So I was trying to just figure out a way to kind of streamline all the skills I have and make more money off of them per client.
And somehow like scale.
Yeah, scaling was not even a thing for me. I was just looking for money.
But indirectly, because now you've started off from just doing the advertisements. Now you're offering the service of creating the videos for them. It's some form of scaling, even if you did it without being totally intentional about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the video format of like social media marketing, which specific platform were you mainly leveraging on at this point? Instagram.
Through and through. Always has been, always probably will be.
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, it was the highest buyer-centric platform in terms of social media. And even when we were talking about the algorithm and how mature they are, Instagram won everything.
It was over even like Facebook and such.
Yeah, Facebook was coming to a very slow end, especially now with the rise of TikTok. Because now you see 2020, now TikTok is coming.
Oh, yeah, but the TikTok rose around the COVID times.
The exact same time, yeah. Which is now how video evolved into what it is now, only because of TikTok. Yeah.
So now from there, move us to the next stage.
So now, even I stopped now doing a lot of video. I'm realizing, hey, money's in ads. Because you see, with a business, as long as you can show them, you give me 10,000, I give you maybe 50 or 100 back.
Yeah.
You see, they'll always have
Wow. Yeah.
money to pay you over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So I realized it's even easier because you see, with video, creating a video is a long time and it's boring. Okay, in my experience, it's not exactly. Yeah, it's tedious. It's repetitive. It's not fun. The ROI is small. But ads, not necessarily. Ads, I loved because me, if you show me anything with numbers, me, I'm there forever. So I realized ads were the thing I could charge higher and higher and higher for per client if I made you more and more and more money.
Yeah.
So I didn't even need more clients. I just needed, you have
Retain
one
the
client. Yeah. You started giving
me
me 10,000 and give you 50 back. Now I'll charge you more. You only pay 20K, nikurudishe 100 back.
Yeah.
So now you see, from one client, I was earning more and more and more. I didn't even need a wider catalog, which was even better because now my workload is not increasing, not necessarily. It's just my output that's increasing.
And you're also used to their specific markets. So you like know all the metrics you have to look at and all that.
So it was an easy jump.
So you move from that now, the getting like specific clients in your portfolio. And how do we now get to where we are now? Where you're doing masterclasses. I've seen you coaching business owners on how to run their own ads. Besides running ads for, like, when did you make the transition or the decision to move from just running ads for businesses to teaching business owners how to do it for themselves?
Easy. So now, 2020, 2021, 2022, all I'm doing is I have one client, I'm growing their bandwidth, so they pay. So at some point, I realized I'm becoming more and more inaccessible. Because now, if I started now with one client, I was charging 10,000. 2 years later, now I'm charging you 50,000 a month. So now there's no way I'll start with another client for 10,000. You see what I mean?
You're already used to a higher.
So even the kind of clients I'm getting as I move are higher and higher and higher paying clients. So now I didn't even realize it was consciously or unconsciously, but I realized I was deviating more and more and more from SMEs. But you see, SMEs are the people you need to work with. Because you see, with SMEs, there's less back and forth, especially because the bigger you are now, you start handling corporate
bureaucracy.
There's red tape everywhere. There's 10 people who need approvals. It's a lot.
Yeah.
But an SME, it's just me and the business owner. We can scale a business so much quicker. And even money moves faster in SMEs than it does in corporate clients.
Yeah.
So now, in an effort to figure out, okay, how else am I going to figure out how to bring in more and more clients from my agency without compromising my cost?
Yeah.
So it became a thing of, if I teach SMEs how to run ads for themselves, they generate their revenue themselves. When they get to a point where they need to outsource that same service, guess who they'll come back to?
To you.
So now training SMEs became my client acquisition process for my agents. So I never needed to run ads for the agents. Because now it was becoming, I'm running ads for the agents. Per client, I'm charging 50, 60, 70.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, hey, no.
For what?
For what?
Yeah.
But if
this is per ad or per period
month
of time?
This
or
is
per
on
month?
retainer. Month on month. That's the amount you're paying. So now it became again, more inaccessible. So it became a thing of, I need to figure out my thing to penetrate the market enough to get them in and then now scale them to agency at some point. So now coaching became easier because you see, with coaching, it's much less price.
Yeah.
I just train you, you run the ads, and then you go, you make your money.
And it's the same module you're replicating across clients.
Exactly. So now that's how I ended up. I started doing it in 2024. I realized,
last year.
Just last year.
Yeah.
Just last year.
Yeah.
But I needed, you see, before I could train anyone, I needed to have touched so many niches in the years that I was in agents, enough to train anybody. Because now you see, with agents, you can be specialized in, say, real estate.
Yeah.
And now you're getting someone, you coach them on e-commerce. You see how there was a bit of, I couldn't train from the word go. Yeah. I needed, it wasn't even a requirement. It was just for my personal, so I could feel
satisfaction.
Okay. Yeah, in the market. I needed to train you needed to handle as many niches as possible in agency and be able to, like, I've touched real estate, I've touched tech, I've touched e-commerce, I've done this, I've done that. I'm okay. So now in 2024, now I could open doors to training anyone, knowing that I have touched as many businesses as I have.
Yeah.
So it became an easier adoption in the market for me to train them.
So in 2024, mainly it was one-on-ones.
One-on-ones.
So you introduced now the masterclasses in 2025.
Yeah.
Why the move from
Ah,
one-on-ones to masterclasses?
easy scalability. You see, with one-on-ones, it's just me training.
Yeah.
And even in a day, there's only one training I can do. So now I was getting booked back to back for one-on-ones. You see, I'm still running
It's
an
hectic,
agency.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still running the agency. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I'm doing one-on-ones. I'm being spread too thin. That was my biggest problem. So in an effort to like, so how do I figure out how much better to bring this to the market without also reducing my capabilities to my business? Because my business is still the agency.
Yeah.
This is just extra tune.
Yeah.
So now with that came the idea to create a digital course where it's not me selling myself. It's like me, I've created the course, yes,
Yeah.
but modules broken down for you,
Mhm.
but it's a thing you can buy without my input.
Yeah.
You just buy, you go use it.
Mm.
So it is even cheaper than a one-on-one.
Yeah.
So it's even more accessible
Mhm.
to SMEs because it is 10,000 shillings.
Yeah.
So it is even more accessible to the SMEs.
Mhm.
So also my problem about accessibility is still getting ticked.
Yeah.
And also me, I'm not getting burnt out. She done.
Mhm.
So now that's the idea I have in 2024 because
Yeah.
of all this one I'm doing. So now coming to 2025, I know what I'm doing, creating a course.
Yeah.
I create it, I develop it, I push it in the market. Problem is, someone will get the course and still now call me for one-on-one. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, no, what is this now?
We're doing
We're-
repetitive
yeah,
work.
we're doing double work.
Yeah.
But yeah, money is coming, but it's still not solving my problem of splitting myself every single day
Yeah.
when I have a full-time thing I have to deal
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there's life, there's motherhood, it's becoming
There's
a
lot.
bit much.
Yeah.
So now I've created the course in 2025, Q1, launched it and everything. It's going out, everyone still wants the one-on-one. So I'm like, okay, I can't do every one-on-one, but if I can have like 10 of you at a time, you know, that's even easier because I
Yeah.
just need to do it like maybe once or twice in a month. And I would still gather all the revenue my business would have gathered with the one-on-ones, but
Yeah.
in a consolidated time frame. Also allows me to focus now again on my business. Because the clients who are paying you month on month, those are your actual clients,
Yeah.
you know what
and
I
they
mean?
require the
They
attention
require
and
a
yeah.
yeah. So the masterclasses became a thing of me trying to, again, accessibility
Mhm.
and also not trying to split myself too thin while focusing on my business. Now with the masterclasses, I was like, if you pay for the masterclass, I will teach you. And even as a bonus, I'll give you this course for not for knowledge retention purposes because it's the same exact training. So now if you have an SMM in your business, you can still train them. If
on the
another one
same.
comes, you will still be able to train the next. So now the masterclass and the course became one factor. I didn't even realize it until I was like, oh, this can work even better than just selling the course on its own. So that's how the masterclass came to play.
Great. And even as you're speaking, I see like you're like the epicenter of your business. Have you thought at some point like training some of your staff to do the same thing you do?
Yeah.
For scalability, but I also know there's that issue of it's also I feel like I have personally in my business. If you because you see you're selling a skill or as some sort of knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's like selling out your business in some way. I don't know how you've been
I
approaching
am
that.
the product.
Yeah,
Pretty
you're the
much.
product.
Yeah.
How do you approach that?
So with trainings, especially the master classes and things like that, I knew right off the bat I couldn't outsource. Only because I'm the one who's doing marketing for them. There's no I'm doing all this marketing and then you come in class, you find someone else.
Yeah.
For one, that was I couldn't have that. So the agency in of itself, the first thing I started even before the course and everything was having ad specialists in the so they were running client campaigns. So even as I'm running around, there's no client campaign that's left and
hanging.
Yeah, exactly. So that allowed me time now to do the one-on-ones and do the master classes without guilt or anything. Because the agency, all I need is just do approvals and now strategy. But see, the day-to-day, I didn't have to actually do it. So it became easier. So I could give myself to the master classes. It was very important for me to do the actual training.
Yeah.
But even in class, my team actually is very hands-on with it. They each know how to advertise.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm the one leading it,
Yeah.
but there's like 4 different people running it.
Yeah.
In the ground.
Which makes it even easier for you.
Very.
Yeah. And I've just remembered, I saw a post you did. I think it's the most recent you did, talking about how last year, that is 2024, you ran ads worth 17.3
We
million.
almost hit 20M in ad spend.
Wow.
In a year.
Was that the highest?
That was the highest
revenue
we
you-
have.
Yeah.
It wasn't revenue.
Oh, that is the
Ads,
money.
people giving us money to run
Yeah.
for them.
That
Wasn't our. But you see, for advertisers, we measure your skill set off of how much you've handled in the market in a certain time frame.
Yeah.
Because for me to tell you I'm a good advertiser, what skill set would you require from me? You'd need to know how much
The
money have you
numbers.
actually.
Yeah.
So 2024, we did our biggest
17.3.
yet. Yeah, we were this close to hitting. Ni venye 12 months zilisha.
Yeah.
Tungekuwa na 13 months.
Yeah.
Would have pushed it to 20M.
Wow.
But we ended up handling 17M in ad spend. I was like, okay, proof of concept.
Yeah.
We've got
Done.
it.
Yeah.
Now we can actually go to the
And
market.
2025 can only be better. Can only get better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know it will be hard for you to pinpoint like how specific businesses realize their return on investment based off on that. But personally for your business, if you're comfortable sharing, that is, what's the highest spend you've ever done on an ad and how was the ROI?
For maybe let me talk about my business.
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
Our budgets are not ridiculous because also for us, there's a cap to it. You know, with a service-based business, it's not just selling products.
Yeah.
Service-based businesses, there's also a cap into how many people you can. But for us, I think our highest months in ad spend has to be 75,000 a month. About
That is on Meta ads.
that's
only.
on ads alone.
Yeah.
Meta
Not
ads alone.
influencer marketing, nothing.
No,
Yeah.
just ads alone.
Yeah.
On highest months, we go 75. But that's as far as it goes. In terms of return on investment, now mine will look a lot different than other people.
Yeah.
Because you see, for me, it's not that you see me today, you buy today.
Yeah.
You'll see me, you'll follow me for weeks before you decide now to buy from me.
Yeah.
So my ROI has never been I've never even judged my ROI month on month, only because of the kind of business
You run.
Yeah. Because I might acquire, I know how much I acquire each client for, but that's as far as my math goes. In terms of ROI, I can never
It can be hard to
Yeah,
pinpoint.
because a client I'll find in December, they'll be like, I followed you for 2 years.
Yeah.
So ROI is from like a 2-year-old
wouldn't-
campaign.
yeah.
There's no way to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I always check my revenue to see the spike. I always know in terms of bare minimum. We're putting this amount in ads. We always have in terms of the service that we're pushing. Maybe it's a masterclass.
Yeah.
We know the goal is just to fill out a master. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you filled it out, we have
You've achieved
our
the goal.
ROI. Exactly.
Yeah.
So ours looks like project on project return on investment. So as far as the master classes are concerned, we have had the ROI.
Yeah. But based on your experience, I've seen you have the proof of concept and even you can take it to the bank that you can vouch for ads performing so well that businesses can make even like I saw, is it 10 times
Easily.
return on investment?
Yeah. For mine, it would not be anything less than.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and I saw you also, I have done I did quite some background research.
I'm like, should I have taken notes as well?
I was there.
Wow.
Yeah, you had mentioned how some businesses feel like it's such a burden to put money on ads, like they don't have the budget for it. So I don't know your approach towards that, especially for small, quote unquote, small businesses. What's your take on them feeling like it's maybe an unnecessary extra bill in their statement? Yeah.
Oh, there's no choice but to advertise. If you ask, especially if you're a business, if you're a social creator, if you're an influencer, that's very different. Entertainment has always been able to sell. From like even the 1800s, entertainment has been able to move on it.
Yeah.
But coming back to the entrepreneurial side of social media, if yours is a business, selling any kind of product or service, advertising is literally one of like your bloodline in your business. Because with social media, you have to remember even Meta is a business, okay? Even when they created Facebook, is it how many years is ago? 204 till now?
Is it 204?
Yeah, first time. Was it 204? No?
Kitambo.
Yeah. Let's say almost 20
Almost
years.
20 years, yeah.
So 20 years ago, they came on, they told all of us, get into this platform, you'll be able to share your pictures with your friends and family for free.
You're the product.
Bas. You are getting like vanity metrics, 1,000 likes, you're nobody.
Yeah.
You're getting 2,000 likes. Even on Instagram, you're getting reach like no one's business, which was always the catch. it was to get all of you in enough that they had a big database to go now to businesses and be like, okay, we have a database of 50 million people on our platform. Now you can run ads on our platform at this rate and you'll give you a return on investment. This was the business behind Meta. So now they have their database of all of us sharing our hobbies, our minis, everyone is sharing.
Yeah.
And now what they start to do is they're bringing in now advertising, which was always the end goal. Now they'll start limiting organic reach to push now more of you guys into advertising, especially if you're on the entrepreneurial side. That was always the end goal.
Yeah.
So that's why you'll see with every social media platform, the adoption is you come in, all of you, you're having 1 million likes, everyone, for free.
Yeah.
And then even with TikTok, over time, they start reducing.
Yeah.
So now you're seeing even on TikTok, a lot of people are getting into advertising only because the metrics are not the same they had in 2020. So now social media is a pay-to-play game. There's no going around it.
Yeah.
Even big established business still data running ads. My friend, you as an SME really think you can opt out? No, not.
Yeah. Especially given like in the current age where social media marketing is such a big thing.
Yeah.
Most people cannot afford to just do the traditional marketing when your competitors are getting thousands and thousands of eyeballs just from the ads. And I've seen you point out how like placing ads is way better than boosting posts. Maybe for a layman, you can tell us the difference between the two and how both perform.
Okay. What were boost posts? They're my natural opponents. They're my ops for real. So the boost post, you'll always see it on your post. The reason that came up was advertising prior to this. You remember even my story about being in agency, seeing the behind the scenes of other agencies in the past world? It was always on Ads Manager. Advertising on Meta started on Ads Manager. It was a platform for advertisers, okay? Hence why it was as complex as it is. But now, with the adoption of advertising going more to business owners than it is now going to advertisers, now all these business owners, they want to advertise, but they can't hack Ads Manager.
The process.
Yeah, because that's an advertiser skill.
Yeah.
These are business owners. Mtu anauza manguo, now they have to learn Ads Manager. It became a harder adoption for Meta, for businesses now to get into advertising, only because of the complexity of the system.
Process, yeah.
Exactly. So in an effort to kind of streamline the process, they give you guys an option of press one
just
button.
the hit of a button.
It goes. But now you see even how it was created. It was just created for you guys to be able to spend money quicker.
Yeah.
It was just an easier way so more guys could advertise. So it was more accessible to everybody and everybody. So that's the adoption of boost post and that's how it came online. But there's no advertiser who will tell you, me, I'll boost up.
Yeah.
It does not work as well only because you don't have all the tools at your disposal. You see, me, if I create with Ads Manager, I'll go through a certain process. There are certain things I can set up there. With Boost Post, you can't.
Yeah.
Because with Boost Post, it's just 1-2 buttons, you're done.
Yeah.
You're
just like
limited.
a 2, you can maybe like filter it maybe to 2-3.
Even that's filtering doesn't happen. Let me tell you that much.
Based on my experience, because I'm one of the victims.
Wow, I see.
Yeah. Especially, I tried it. I gave it a try sometimes back on TikTok. What it does is it just brings like eyeballs on your page, but they do not convert. It's just, for TikTok, actually, you have to specify whether you want an increase in reach, I don't know, likes, or actual conversion. But even if you choose conversion, personally, I've not felt any return from that.
Let me tell you, unless you're using Ads Manager, just stop spending money.
Invest
but in organic content. Just stop using boosted post, even in terms of how your money is used. You see, if I boost post, if I want to run 5 ads, I'll need 5 different budgets for each of the 5 ads to run. On Ads Manager alone, whatever budget I set, I can cut it across all the 5 ads I have. So you see, right off the bat, if you're boosting and me, I'm using Ads Manager, I will be way more cost effective than you ever will be right from the start.
And even value for money.
Exactly. So your ROI and mine will never see, it's like night and day. And I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying in comparison to, there's no competition at all.
Yeah. And I've seen the courses you offer, even beyond the masterclasses where you train businesses on how to run ads for themselves.
Yeah.
On average, how long do you think one can take to grasp the skills required to run the ads.
Yeah.
In
In a sitting.
in one sitting.
The masterclass is a that.
Wow.
One class.
Wow.
I just need, because the thing with Ads Manager, again, the adoption was hard because of the system. It's just showing you how the system works.
Yeah.
And then you implement it for your business.
Yeah.
And again, with the course, you see now the course is, you will always have the video course with you. So in case, we set it up, we've published, they've gone live. Maybe 2 months down the line, you want to redo another campaign, you can always reference it. But you yourself have the foundational knowledge about what these things inside the system mean and what they are. So it's never a daunting experience. Because right now, I'd imagine if I send you to Ads Manager right now, it's a whole lot of, kwanza, you're seeing recommendations from Meta. You're seeing, Mara, there's a button here. You're seeing all these things and you're not understanding what does. But the day you do understand what everything does and the impact it has on your overall campaign, you see, when redoing it, you'll be able to do it over and over and over again without that kushtuka. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? What will this do for my campaign? And having an informed aspect in advertising is just step one. So bare minimum, you need to learn the systems you're using to advertise. So you're able to replicate the success you get from the advertising.
Yeah. Wow. And based on your experience, what are some of the mistakes you feel business owners make when making like the meta ads, apart from boosting posts?
Boost posts.
Number one.
Boost posts. Targeting. Targeting has changed so much over the years, because even Meta, it does evolve and grow as the time goes by. And I think right off the bat, the one thing I'd say is how you target. Because I think a lot of people, even with boosted posts, if my business is in fashion, I'll target people interested in fashion, lifestyle, jewelry, makeup, high-end estates like Kileleshwa, things like that. I'll tell you for a fact that targeting hasn't worked since 2021. Meta is a behavioral algorithm. You're using interest targeting on an algorithm that's based off of behavior. So you see, you're not even communicating to the algorithm itself. They're like, sour, say less, but like, this is not doing anything in terms of giving it direction about who will end up seeing your ad. So right off the bat, I think that's the biggest thing.
And what do you mean by behavioral targeting?
So interest targeting, people interested in interest targeting. So behavioral looks a bit different. So for example, if you got pregnant today, knock on wood, you would see the kind of ads that would be related to that stage of your life. The behavior you perform on the platform will signal which phase of life you're in.
The kind of searches you make.
Exactly. Even the kind of content you interact with. You'll start seeing, if I'm pregnant, I'll start seeing baby clothes. If I'm constructing a house, I'll start seeing construction material. If I am getting married, I'll start seeing venues for weddings and musicians and band players. Every phase of life you're in, Meta then targets you based off of that. So the only difference between interest and behavioral became buying power. So with interest targeting, I always give this example. So for example, on my phone, you'd find Mercedes Cherry, left, right, and center. Everywhere you go, that's the car I want to have. It's not the car I have now. It's the car I want to have. So from right off the bat, Meta realized interest targeting was more aspirational than it was anything else. So even if I target people interested in Mercedes, ni watu wako, wow, beautiful, like,
takes a screenshot.
Screenshots, buy, such an nirudi back to reality. So interest targeting was problematic because it couldn't prove purchasing power. But now behavior, if you're pregnant and you're seeing baby clothes, you're more likely to be able to afford baby clothes than someone who's not.
And even the intent to buy is higher.
So purchasing power was more apparent in behavior than it was in interest. So that's why a behavioral algorithm works even better. Only because with that we can put in value in terms of, are you able to meet purchasing power? So for example, you're pregnant, you're seeing baby clothes. So now the only differentiation Meta has to do is figure out, wewe unataka thrift baby clothes, ama unataka za James Gishuru hapa, za baby shop, the high-end baby shops. So now the distinction becomes in what's the value of what's your purchasing history on the platform to figure out what kind of in price points of goods now I will show you. So you're seeing now it becomes a bit more defined and it becomes even more accurate in terms of demographic for you. So that's the difference between behavioral
In
interest targeting
wow,
algorithm.
it's a whole masterclass.
No.
I should be paying for this.
Send money.
So you're able to choose that option while running the ads.
Pretty much.
That's why you should all subscribe to the masterclass,
This time.
because all this you can't
I wish
learn.
it will have been done, no?
It will have
Yeah.
really. It's on.
It's this month. I think
27.
it's actually this Friday.
It's on 27th.
Is it 27 or 29? 26th. This
26th.
Friday, yeah.
The video will have already gone
If
up.
you guys, enough of you want to,
Yeah.
we can have one more. But
yeah. Because I feel like that is such important information that even if one was to do research, kwanza it will take them an insurmountable amount of time that they could cut short. Even if I know your services are premium, that is for sure. But the value you get from first reducing the time you waste from like watching a million videos, each telling you different things, you don't know what to what to believe. And even the trial and error, you may end up spending
way more
as you try every hack even out there. So sometimes cheap can be expensive.
I will tell you for a fact it is. Because even if you're trying to YouTube it, for example, people will watch all these YouTube videos about advertising and everything. But the problem is you're watching first world advertisers who predominantly their demographic is first world countries.
Different from
our
third world.
Our market is extremely dynamic.
Yeah.
There's so many nuances. Remember how I was telling you, even me when I learned about ads manager, implementing what I'd learned into the market, it didn't work. I hit a wall. I had to figure out how to kind of customize it to our demographic specifically. So that is the biggest problem with YouTubing it. I'd rather you just take someone. Don't even do YouTube. If it's YouTube, just do a Kenyan creator. Don't do first world one.
Who has tried it, not just
and
theoretical.
Yes.
And what would you say are some of the key elements you'd say that make up a successful ad without giving too much? Because we still need you guys to pay for our services and skills.
Creative. I'd start with the actual ad itself.
The content
itself.
Yeah.
Creative is king. I don't care how good of an advertiser I am. If you give me bad content, there's nothing I'll do for you, bruv. It doesn't matter how good my skill set is. So if you can, creative. Storytelling is, tell us. Content.
Attention grabbers.
Quality. There's some pieces of content you see, you're like, if it was you, let's be honest, would you have watched? The way I'm seeing all these grains, would you have watched? Let's
CCTV.
It's like, invest in creating quality content because the content is what sells for you. It's the thing that tells the story of the product or the service. If people are not able to sit long enough and watch whatever ad it is you've put out, there's no point in putting money in the ad then. So I'd always start with
creative. And actually I can confirm this because I've interacted with your ads. Like I think they have assessed my behavior.
You're my target audience.
I'm a target audience.
Yeah.
And I feel I'm forced to watch through, especially the first time I interacted with it. Your attention grabber was something to do. You showed like some form of statistics. Like you're saying that you've helped maybe, I can't put it right, but you're showing like the return on investment with specific figures, nini. So I'm like, let me hear what this girl has to say. And you say the same way you are saying, most of your target audience may not convert immediately. And it's something, I don't know if it is Yvonne Kanye who mentioned in one of the episodes we had, that before a client converts, they may have interacted with their content. Like studies show maybe up to 6 times.
Minimum 7 actually.
7
touch points.
They see the first time they click somewhere in their brain. By the time they are making the decision, they've interacted with your business for quite a while. And all this, whatever we are discussing, it all boils down into the importance of marketing. And I've seen you emphasize highly on that. And maybe you can I know you mentioned it in passing as we were talking, but you can reiterate the importance of marketing to a business and how they can like leverage more on it to even increase their market share and all that.
I'll give it in form of my business. So I always say ads are not a conversion source. Ads are a traffic source. So when someone sees your ad for the first time, they've never seen anything, they're just seeing a sponsored post of you. A lot of the sales cycle, based off of the metrics we see from behind the scenes, the sales cycle, especially in our country, is you'll see an ad for the first time today, you will barely ever barely click the link down here. You'll probably mostly click the username up there, go to my page, check me out, figure out to follow or not, and then now DM. That's the natural sales cycle of Instagram. For example, you see an ad, go to organic content, and then now you go to the conversion location, which is the DMs or whatever it is. So now, if me, I'm consistently putting content out on my organic, so on my page, I'm putting out content over and over and over again. And you have to remember, organic reach will always be limited. It will continuously be limited over time.
Yeah.
So you're putting time and effort into this organic content, but you're not running ads. So now what it ends up doing is, first use, this audience, your 2,000 followers have bought and seen you over and over again. Let's be fair, you're not bringing new eyeballs to this business. So then the next step would be like, okay, so this organic content that I'm creating, how is it I'm able to gain as much from it as possible, considering all the resources that go into creating content. I need these things to work over time. So then ads become your immediate source of revenue, because now you'll run an ad, these people will see your ad, they will then come to your page. So now what they find on your page, they'll screenshot or they do whatever and then come and send to you.
Yeah.
So now you're seeing how differently now you're doing business. You're not just creating content for the sake of creating content.
Yeah.
Kazi yangu ni create content, put it out.
Yeah.
So then when I run ads, all these people now can shop on my Instagram, find whatever they need, and then now move to the next step. So now organic content becomes the space for conversion. So now
like your catalog.
Pretty much. It's your supermarket. Hapo ndo wanakuja wanaangalia, next.
Yeah.
So now imagine if you've done the job of creating good content, you have all your product descriptions there. Like someone can actually consume your content and anajua, ini 50 bob, ini 20 bob. Yeke hii na hii add to cart. Now I send to you, deliver to this location. And because I have advertising running day in, day out, that means there's always people in my DMs telling me, do you have this in this color? Can you send this to this location? Now your business works. It's like, what's it called? A conveyor belt. Someone is seeing for the first time, kuna mwenye atafollow. By the time huyu wakunifollow leo, in 2 months akinunua, kuna mwingine alianza. So now it becomes a continuous system of visibility, conversion, and sales.
Wow.
And that's how now your social media pipeline has to work. But you can't have one without the other. You can't run ads without organic. You can't do organic without ads.
Actually, you've preempted my question, because the next thing I was to ask is, if you're running ads, is there the need to remain consistent with the organic content? Because I'm assuming the ad will do rounds and rounds and rounds. So
like I said, that's just a traffic source.
So there's no like shortcut to this.
No.
You have to do both.
You have to do.
Wow.
You have to do. Because now, especially if yours is not, you see, with products, if I see a shoe I like a shoe, I can buy a shoe. Like it's just that. But now we get into more complex, not complex, if your business has a longer sales cycle than add to cart checkout, if yours needs, say, a conversation or more information, testimonial, if I need anything from you, if I have a marketing objection, if you've handled all these things, you have the testimonials there, you have marketing objections there, you have product description there, you have everything there that I need without me talking to you. Do you understand how much easier it is to sell to an informed customer than someone who saw an ad right off the bat and now is coming for the first time? Now, even the quality of the kind of people now you're talking to in your DMs is way more elevated than if you didn't do that process.
And even if if you didn't even have like the organic content. And talking of content, do you feel like people using their faces, or not necessarily their faces, but having that human touch in your brand, do you feel like it's important in the current marketing age as opposed to just doing maybe the animes or such?
Unfortunately, humanization of content has to be imperative. Doesn't mean you have to be front-faced in the camera, but even, the voiceovers that we do, how many people do we follow? We've never seen their faces, but their voice, I'll hear it, I'll know it.
You get familiar with it.
Yeah, but it's just the human aspect of it. But it's just the tidal wave of how content has evolved. We started with static, then we went into motion graphics, then we started video creation where we are the center in the, But even just the progression of the industry alone, it all signifies towards more human content does better. Because you are selling to human beings, it only makes sense then that you humanize your content.
Your brand. Wow. I feel like that has been such an insightful session.
I feel like I've
I feel-
bombarded you with
but
information.
it was so insightful. I think
Yeah.
this is one of those episodes that even after I edit and everything, I
Mhm.
sit down to just go through it, take some
Yeah.
notes, because implementation is more important than I think when I was getting here. I found you guys talking about something to do with reducing the time between ideation and execution.
Yeah.
I overheard that.
That's, yeah.
And I feel that is so important because as much as we get to learn all this information, if we are not implementing it,
Yeah.
it just becomes like
It's just, yeah. Now you
listening
know.
to a song.
Thanks.
Now
Did you know? It's like a did you know fact.
Did you know?
Yeah, did you know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is information that should definitely help us,
Yeah.
especially for even service-based, product-based businesses.
Mm.
And even before we end it,
Mhm.
I've remembered something. For service-based businesses,
Mhm.
since you've had experience of like doing master classes,
Mhm.
do you feel like it's a new way that service-based businesses can tap into to even leverage on their, because especially for service businesses, you find like the business owner is the heart
They are
of
the
business.
product.
They are the product.
Pretty much.
And just as you've explained, you can spread yourself too thin if you're to do one-on-ones and such. How effective are master classes from a business point of view and even from the consumer's point of view? Do they get the actual value they get from one-on-ones? And as a business, is the return on investment as good as if you had to do the one-on-ones?
Oh yeah, I've done 7. You think the ROI is not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the ROI
definitely-
is
you wouldn't
working. Yeah, I
repeat.
would not. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have done it.
Yeah.
But in terms of business-wise, the master classes do make sense.
Yeah.
Only because I'm looking at time input, money input.
Yeah.
In all those categories, the ROI is well worth it.
Yeah.
In terms of now the actual consumers, the people who actually sit in class, I do find that it is more valuable for them because with a group of entrepreneurs, it's not like you're doing a corporate training.
Yeah.
With entrepreneurs, you sit 1, 2, 3 of them next together. They all start now doing peer-to-peer learning. So you'll find even after the master classes, now even me, I'm learning with so you import from who? Oh, and how is your business in terms
Wow.
of physical?
Yeah.
So now outside of just the advertising alone, now it becomes a whole, it's like
An
a
exchange
cocoon.
program.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
even now, me, I'm taking notes from these people on ground because they've done things I have not even thought to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow. So you mean,
Yeah.
wow, okay, I see you. And I think that's even better than you gaining just from me by myself alone.
Yeah.
I think you would get way more value
Yeah.
if you're
Even
with
being in a
other
group
peers
setup.
who have the exact, because everyone in that room is looking for the exact same thing. Everyone in that room has probably more or less the same mindset in terms of
Yeah.
making money for their business or
Yeah.
growing it. So imagine putting all of them in a room
Yeah.
together.
Even getting accountability partners. Wow.
Friends, I've
Yeah.
made so many
Oh,
contacts
really?
and friends
Uh-huh.
from these master classes alone. It's like,
Wow.
ukisikia ingine event ingine ya
Uh-huh,
biashara,
uniite.
call me, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, we've had enough of these conversations. I was like, see, I just bring the event then.
Yeah.
We do it ourselves. But yeah, there is a ROI across both.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so impressive. And I'm actually very impressed by your business. Even being like, can you say like what's the word? Like you're new, you've introduced something like emergent in the market that was not there.
Yeah.
Taking such a bold move is so inspirational. And I've seen that you even have a team of people working for, how many are you?
It depends on the ads. Let's remove the agency. We have 5.
Wow.
We're 5. 4, 5, 5. That's 5.
5 people.
5 people.
Those are 5 people that are relying on your business in some way or the other.
Imagine.
Wow.
Awako serious.
Vanessa of 20, what was it, 2018 or is it
Yeah.
2020?
2018.
What were you
That was the
2018.
dream. That's when I saw the dream.
If she could. Actually, you can just, as a parting shot, you can tell that Vanessa, just something.
Oh, honey. Usisikize. Don't listen to nobody. Not gonna make me cry. It's been such a journey. Start afraid. Start it regardless. Because like we don't have rehearsals when it comes to our lives, our years. So if there's a dream, like, what's the worst that can happen? In 100 years, I'll be dead and forgotten. Let me risk it. Let them call me whatever. Let me be insane. But my God, the benefits of being insane, never could have imagined. The kind of people I've met, the kind of businesses I've seen through. There's no other way I'd have gotten here without that risk factor. So sometimes when there's risk and there's fear, that's the signal to go. In my eyes, if you ask me, there's fear or risk, green light, let's go. That's the path.
Yeah. Because if you're doing what everyone else is doing, then what sets you apart?
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
That has been such a wholesome, educative, insightful session. I'm so glad to have had you. And now you can tell us where to, for people. I know the masterclass will already have, you've already completed by the time we're putting it up.
Yeah.
But maybe for the event, you can give them more details, the costings, and also I'll share the link in the description box.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So the event, it's a scaling event. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to scale in 2026, hence why it's this time of the year, if you're a business owner, you're looking to scale, you're trying to figure out the logistics of it, or you just want to be in a room where other people are looking to scale, and you can actually ask people who have gone ahead of us in one or another, how did you get here? How is it on that other side? How do you deal with business money? How do you deal with your own money? What's happening? If that's a conversation we'd love to be a part of, we would love to have you. We'll be running the event on the 17th of this month, October. 17th October. It's 10,000 shillings a person. We will be at Kofisi Riverside. What else? So now you see the event I was talking about, how you can ask the panel questions about scaling. That's just session one. Session two, sorry. Session one, we're handling an interactive session. Because I've realized over time, as much as me, I want to scale and me, I want to move the business, if me, Vanessa, I don't understand either my money habits or my business habits in regards to scaling and even my capacity for growth in the business, there will be a problem here somewhere. Yeah. So the first session, we're handling the business owners themselves. So we're running an interactive, like a makeshift monopoly. Everyone who's come, tunakupea, okay, so this is your business, tunakupea fake money, it's monopoly. It's just like how monopoly is played, but now we've Kenyan. So we give you money, you have a 30-day calendar, you have staff, you have the bank to pay, you have loans, you have things. Let's see how you manage your money. It's like a business simulation kind of thing. Yeah. With the goal being to kind of pinpoint and figure out your money habits when it comes to business and how you handle risk and how you even handle your calendar days. Yeah. Because you see, your calendar days is where you have to pay salaries, you have to pay if you have loans, you have utilities, you have all these things running in a 30-day calendar. Yeah. So we kind of simulate that same experience. Give you all the risks a business actually has on ground, and we give you actual tunes. And we also give you like personal emergencies. Your brother needs extra 5K for sijui what. Your mother also needs black tax comes in. Yeah. Hizo sasa zote. We're trying to basically simulate a real life business experience in class for every single person. I'll have a business coach facilitate it. Wow. But that for me is that's icing on the cake. Because once you kind of open your eyes to how you run risk or
and how different people do it,
you'll start now figuring out, okay, so maybe this is my point, this is my stronghold. Yeah. This is what now we can do to address these strong points, and this is what you can do to kind of raise weakness. But pretty much that's it.
Wow, that's such a brilliant idea. How many hours?
We're doing the whole day. We're doing 10 a.m. till 5 p.m.
Wow, that's such value of money.
Basically, to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. Wow, and I saw it will be an intimate event.
Yeah, we're doing max 30. I'm even thinking 20, but like the space can accommodate more. 30. But like I'm okay with a very intimate space. Because again, peer-to-peer learning happens so well when it's more intimate.
Yeah, and the good thing with intimate learning, everyone gets to, like you'll juice as much information as you could, as opposed to when you're dealing with a large crowd. Yeah. So I don't know about you, but personally I'm very interested in joining you guys. I hope everything will align and I can be part of that event. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Thank you
even for honoring these invites. Yeah, thank you. So in such a short time, when did we arrange this?
Last week, but what?
Wow, and here we are. And she'll be our first guest for season
2. Congratulations, you've done so. Season 2.
Thank you.
Show me your ways.
Now pray for pray for my consistency. Thank you so much to Creative Economy Hub for offering this space to do this podcast. We're so grateful to them for that. We hope that we'll keep rolling and we'll provide you as many insightful and educative episodes as possible. And also, our special sponsor for this podcast is Triple M Consortium, which is actually the businesses that give me my bread and butter, given that this podcast is just a passion project. So if you need any accommodation services or furnished apartments across Kenya, be it the coastal region, be it in Nairobi, anywhere, you can reach out to us through the details are provided in the description box. Also, if you need any insurance services, it's still part of that consortium. You can get in touch with me for expert guidance. Thank you so much for watching up to this part. And for those listening, thank you so much for listening up to this part. Kindly subscribe if you're watching from YouTube. And if you're listening from any podcast platform, be it Spotify or Apple Podcast, make sure to follow to be notified every time we have a new episode up. Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.